action. McNabb airing it out for Desean Jackson. Behind the defense, a juggle and a touchdown.
Yards of return and leading the league in punt return average. And this is Fiegel's kick off the side of his foot. Fielded at the 29. And Jackson, after circling back, comes down the sideline, and Fiegel's can't knock him out of bounds, and he will go all the way for a touchdown. So the league leader in great protection. And McNabb's going to go deep again and has a man. And it's Jackson who will backpedal into the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown.
This is 3rd and long. Protection is good. A man late on the corner. It's caught. Desean Jackson. He's going house. Touchdown Eagles. No flags down.
First play from about the 12, and there is Vic, as you talked about, John, rolling and launching downfield for Desean Jackson, who accelerates, caught the opening play, and all the way for a touchdown. 88 yards.
Same way, get a big lead, and then they come back with a rush.
Going deep, looking backside, and it's caught. Jackson. He's going to score playing for the Tagway.
Let me talk my shit again.
What it do, what it do, what it do. This is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your humble hostile host, Cassius Cliff. It's week 13, y'all. It is week 13. We're 10-1, still at the top of the NFC, top of the league. And people still out here shitting and hating on us. And it's like the same song and dance. Nothing is new. Alright? For real, I'm getting comfortable. Y'all should get comfortable too. Because the way that people are trying to prop up our next opponent, the San Francisco 49ers, and telling us, trying to tell everybody else, that this is the best team in the NFC, best team playing football right now. I mean, come on. We saw them take those 3 L's back to back. We've yet to take 2. But people going to say what they're going to say, just like me. And that's why we're here. We're here not only to set the record straight, but we finna talk that shit, and we're going to get popping in just a moment. But before we get into any of that, y'all saw my opening clip. It's definitely a great day to be an Eagles fan. And really and truly, I just want to shout out a legend in the NFL. Desean Jackson, I mean, we're talking about the best, if not one of the best, second best deep threat of all time. For me, on my money, I'm taking Desean Jackson. I know a lot of people might take Jerry. They might take Randy. I'm taking Desean. If I need to take a deep shot, it's going to him. Point blank, period. It's just that simple. I don't need to argue it. The numbers are right there. And if we're talking about, and I know a lot of people have been talking about Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, vetting current players right now. I mean, what does this say to you? I'm just going to go ahead and paraphrase what he's saying. But what he essentially said in his presser today, because today he was signing as the Eagles for his retirement. So definitely happy retirement to you, Desean. It's going to be in the link on Sunday. This is definitely going to be honored. We definitely got to show out because we want to honor our legends correctly and appropriately. But as you see right here, he was backing Jalen Hurts from the day he got there on his second stint in 2020. He was over here watching practice and wondering why this kid's not starting. And as we can see right now, yes, it was a long time coming. And that's what's here what I'm telling y'all. I'm here to tell y'all, not only is a future Hall of Famer co-signing and vetting our quarterback, then really the record shows it and it proves it when you got a guy like Desean Jackson doubling down and saying that, yes, this kid right here is the truth. He's special. He has a lot in him that a lot of these quarterbacks don't. If you don't want to take my word for it, take his. Because again, this is a legend we're talking about. So I'm sure when legends speak, people listen. Now that being said, we are going to play San Francisco in our house in the Linc. And it's gonna be a show. I did tell y'all the Bills game was gonna be a show. This too is gonna be one purely because they got a lot of shit they got to say in terms of why we got to the Super Bowl, why we're not as good as people think we are, and really they felt like that game got robbed from them when it comes to that NFC Championship in that game. But like I told y'all, this is going to be a banger. And with that, we do have the injury report. It is unfortunate, but this is an every week thing. Now, I know this injury report looks long. It looks a little confusing, but just look at the far right column and just look at those letters. If it's blank, that means they're going to be out there. They're going to be suited and ready to go. Now, when you see different letters, that's when you get a little antsy, a little bit. Now, 3 people specifically that we need to touch on: Fletcher Cox, Zach Cunningham, and Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert, it does not look like he's going to be suiting up. He's doubtful right now. Zach Cunningham is out. He won't be out there. And Fletcher Cox is questionable. Now, given that we got Lane coming back, we got Milton Williams coming back, we got Devontae out there, AJ out there, Swift, Grant Calcaterra coming back. This is the best we can hope for right now, especially going against a tough opponent in San Fran. They're not going to take it lightly on us. I wouldn't expect anything other out of those guys, honestly. And especially given the way that they like to play and the way they like to talk, hey, this is par for the course. I know we're going to be ready. I know they're coming hungry. They're going to be ready. It's going to be a banger on Sunday. I'm going to be tuned in. Everybody else should be as well. Now, that being said, the reason why these guys are so hyped and amped and been talking shit for months when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, it's probably because of what I alluded to in my tweet going into the playoffs and into that game last season. As you can see right here, I said clearly, if we could put pressure on Purdy the same way we put it on DJ and these other quarterbacks, DJ being Daniel Jones in that previous divisional round game, we're going to pack these boys up early. And I wasn't mincing words. I was clear as day. Pack up means pack you up and send you shipping back to San Fran, wherever the hell you came from. And that's exactly what we did. Now, me being a fan of a team right now, as you saw in the injury report, we got several guys that have been banged up. I'm never going to advocate for injuries because that's probably one of the shittier parts of this game. Football is by far the best sport, definitely in my eyes, but it comes with a lot. Injuries is just a part of the game, and really, I don't wish injuries on anybody because it can happen to anybody. And these are still, at the end of the day, human beings that got families, they got to feed, and all that. And really, they love to play the game, I'm sure. So I'm never going to advocate for injuries. But when I said pack up Brock Purdy, that's exactly what I meant. And I'm looking to see that again on Sunday because not a lot has changed when it comes to that offensive line. And if you ask me on our defensive line, with Jalen Carter being the main addition, we definitely better. Definitely better. Now, the reason why I feel like we'll be able to at least control the tempo of this game and why we should be able to, we have to lean on the run first and foremost. I know the way that Brian Johnson likes to deploy the run, it seems like an afterthought or trying to move the ball after the pass doesn't work. As you've seen in the past 2 weeks, with Cam Jerkins being back in the fold, we have 2 back-to-back weeks where DeAndre Swift had 35-yard run or more on 1 carry. So 2 huge runs in back-to-back weeks. I don't think it's a coincidence with Cam Jerkins being back. And I don't think we should be avoiding the run with Cam Jerkins being back. Yes, the San Francisco 49ers is one of the best defenses in the league. They're pretty good against the run. I couldn't give a shit. I really couldn't care less purely because we got to do what we do best, which is running the ball and then setting that up with the pass. We should see a lot more of that, and I'm just hoping to see that. Why am I hoping to see that? For the most part, it's because I know when it comes to Jalen Hurts, he's going to do what he needs to do. Now, these 2 clips I'm showing you back to back, this is from the NFC Championship game against San Fran, and that was a dime by Jalen Hurts. And I know a lot of people want to talk about the Devontae catch or no catch, but I'm purely showing this clip to show really Jalen rolling out of the pocket and delivering a dime on target to Devontae Smith. Now, this next clip, this was from last week against Buffalo. Similar rollout, even though it wasn't a touchdown on the last play, this was a immaculate throw and a great touchdown by Zaccheaus. Similar rollout, even to me, better pinpoint accuracy with directing them to the back of the end zone. Tutty. So even if they don't want to establish the run early and often, if the running game is not as potent or effective, We got number one at the helm. We're going to be good. And that's the difference between us and the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, they got all pros on defense, on offense. I'm well aware. Trent Williams, number 19, Fred Warner, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Chase Young, they got a lot of guys over there. So I definitely respect those guys. But really and truly, they're not the Philadelphia Eagles. Because again, I mentioned when Trent Williams was down, when number 19 went down, that's 3 L's back to back. We've yet to have 2 L's. And that's only the beginning of the difference when it comes to us. Because I don't think, especially with the right tackle that they have right now, anybody can hang with Haason Reddick right now. I know this guy's going to be on a mission. I mean, here he is, virtually folding Brock Purdy's arm back as if it was origami. I mean, it looked bad when it's in the slow-mo, obviously. And again, I'm not wishing for injuries on anybody. When you got a guy as ferocious as Haason Reddick on the edge, and really, you just can't block regular DNs, you're asking for this to happen. Now, why I keep saying number 19, and really I'm going to show you the comp before I mention him and really allude to what I'm saying. This is the comp for number 19 when it comes to their offensive side. If you're not aware, this is Percy Harvin out of the Gators, Florida. Yeah, the Florida Gators. Percy Harvin was a dog in the league. Yes, he had injuries throughout his career, but you're talking about playmaker, big playability, great speed. I mean, able to break tackles. The guy was electric on the field. Be it punt, kick return, jet sweep, even short pass. Percy Harvin was just one of those ones in that small pocket in that era. Why am I showing Percy Harvin when he's probably 10 years plus removed from the league? Because without that speed, without the same explosiveness, this is what you get from number 19 with San Fran. This is a guy who likes to talk a lot of shit, who's been talking a lot about all pros like himself and trying to call them trash. And really, I don't get it. Because this was you. When you had your chance to prove that you weren't trash or that you weren't an average player, you didn't even know the game was way out of hand. You still coughed the ball up. I don't even get it. And to further show that, I mean, here's Smokey Samuel right here. These are his numbers for the season. I don't know what is this supposed to be good, because it looked like trash to me. And I'm not a trash. I've never picked up trash in my life. Never worked on a dump truck. But this shit look like trash to me. And for a guy that's been talking the way he's been talking all off season, I don't know, brother. You might want to pipe down, because you've yet to do anything. I mean, we're talking about some of the fakest tough guys, not only in the conference, but in the league. Because this is what Trent Williams wanted to do to a safety in Kavon Wallace. He wanted to try to yank his soul out of his jersey, because guys want to, get in each other's face and have a scuffle. But before he tried to yank out Kavon Wallace, this is what he had, the moment he had with Ndamukong Suh. I mean, you're talking about guys similar size. You didn't know what bullies. Pick on somebody your own size. And this is what happened when this bully tried to pick on somebody his own size. He backed the hell down. Probably because he's not that tough. Probably because he didn't want them problems. I don't really know, nor do I care. I just know these guys ain't built like that. Not only are they not built like that, they're just not built like Philly. Because again, they come into our house. They have even faced the same kind of competition like we have, because again, we set ourselves apart from a lot of teams in this league. And on Sunday, against these San Francisco 49ers, whatever people like to call them, these complainers, bitching, moaning kind of players, whatever it is, we're going to set the record straight. Not only for Smokey Samuels, but Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, all those guys. Y'all day and y'all time is coming. And in the Linc, with the fans jumping, Desean Jackson in attendance, being honored, best believe, not only we're going to show him the proper gratitude and really the proper appreciation with a huge dub, we finna humble these boys. And after that, I should be expecting no more chatter about the best team in the conference, best team in the league. None of that shit. Because technically, or really, more times than not, the best team in the league has the best record in the league. That resides in Philly. Before I conclude, definitely want to shout out all y'all. Liking, sharing, subscribing. It goes a long way. It is greatly appreciated. Please continue to do that. We're going to continue the show. We're going to continue to tap in. We're going to continue to bring you this great content. We're going to keep it rolling like that. That being said, this is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your humble, hostile host, Cassius Cliff. To the next one.